How are you? Hi, how are you? Welcome to my channel, 12 Wells. My name is 12. Happy Women's History Month. So, I want to check to see if my audio is good. The way that I check it is that I have a separate device. I'm using my phone, and I'm using my phone. I see that I'm on, I'm good. That's a thumbs up. The thumbnail is a picture of me a couple of years ago when I had assisted with New Yorkers for De Blasio. I had liked his what he stood on about the Tales of Two Cities, and I was doing phone banking and stuff for that campaign. That was the first time I had ever volunteered with a campaign. Um, so that was exciting for me. Um, I don't really do a lot of campaign work. Um, I usually canvas regarding the jobs I'm in because I usually do things with the community. So it's always a canvassing component to that. And I've been a community organizer, so there was a lot of um, door knocking. I wanted to come on naturally. This is my hair, no extensions, no weave, no makeup, because a lot of complaints have been that women say that they want a real man, and the men's response is, but they don't get a real woman. They don't have their real teeth. These are my teeth. Everything is mine. I have no artificial, there's no aesthetics, nothing to enhance me or anything like that. Unfortunately, we have many people that waste their time feeding into um, being superficial. And regardless of how many people complain that there's a double standard, they still participate in it, right? So, you know, we've had people argue that women are superficial and that they create the conversation of things being superficial because they do breast enhancements, they do lip fillers, they create a thicker eyebrow, or they take off their eyebrows and pencil it in. They're always doing these things that they have decided enhances them. And right there alone, that shows you there's a double standard because oftentimes men don't do any of those things. So it's interesting because women, um, from a very young age, are groomed to be interested in makeup. They even, some women have desires to adorn themselves because the woman in their lives do that on a regular basis. So they see them make up, they see them do so much, and that's what they desire to do. So automatically they are interested in putting on a mask, putting on this facade, putting on this superficial character because they think that it's acceptable and expected of them. And I don't think that women as a whole discourage being fake and phony. In fact, I believe that women encourage being fake. Like fakeness is a thing women love uh, as a whole. And, you know, They like using their beauty, weaponize it, and they try to make it benefit everybody, right? So if you're very attractive, then they try to manipulate people that are attracted to them. You being attracted to the woman um, can be perceived as weakness on the part of the person that finds them extremely attractive. And automatically, the female will take advantage of the person that thinks they're so beautiful. And that continues. Like, we don't, um, I don't see that changing. I see that as that's something that they weaponize. And that's the same thing with females. Hey, Cha, how are you? Happy Women's History Month. I'm so happy that a woman has come in and said hi to me. Hi, 12. The same. I agree. And that's sad, especially when you want real sisterhood or connections, especially. That's why I just keep to myself now. Well, I am definitely a person that believes in the sisterhood. Um, when I was pregnant, I did not get married. So I am a single mother, right? And I joined a um, like motherhood circle, right? And so that is where we had conversations about alternatives to um, traditional birthing experiences. And I decided upon my research to do a birthing center. I was looking into a water birth, and I believe one of the water birth centers is Elizabeth Seton. I went to Elizabeth Seton, and my at the time of that, you could not do any of these alternative births without the father's involvement. So even though I wasn't married, my son's father was right by my side, and we agreed together for me to have a natural birth in a birthing center. Um, because there could be complications, and being that you're not in the hospital, if something was to happen, they may not have the equipment or the time to be able to save you or the child. So you both have to come into agreement with that, because that's the chance you're going to take. And I took the chance to have my child naturally in the birthing center with my loved ones surrounded around me. The loved ones I had was my son's father, my biological mother, and my son's godmother. My son's godmother was in the room. What I remember, it was so funny. So mother, it was so crazy. I was very close to my son's godmother, but we were so close that she seen me undressed. So at the birthing at the birthing center, I felt so hot that day. I had removed all of my clothes, so she was just she had to see me naked. It was so funny because um, it was just like going to this level of what's going on here. So she was like taken back. She had pressed her body against the wall, and I felt more comfortable on my hands and my knees to be able to give birth. I couldn't lay on my back. I was in a lot of pain. I was in a lot of discomfort. I remember it like it was yesterday. It's the only child I had, so I remember that very much. But when I turned on my hands and my knees, I felt comfortable, right? And they said rub ice on her back. Rub ice. They had got ice, and my son's father was rubbing ice on my back and everything, and because I felt so hot, and that's how I gave birth to my son. He came out from me in that position, and my mother, my son's father, and my son's godmother was all present for the experience. And at the time, my son's godmother wasn't interested in having children, but after she witnessed my experience, then girl, she had like she had two boys and a girl. I don't know if she got more than that. She didn't. She just went on. Okay, but it's really interesting, right? How things women can do together and how we bond. So I had the baby, and then I went to this um, motherhood circle. It's a motherhood circle, and we pass the baby around to everyone, and they whisper something positive right in their ear. It's so witchy. I don't know what's the problem. Hey, Exile, it's such a witchy thing, right? It's weird, right? It's so amazing the things that you have here. But anyway, we passed the baby around. It's this huge circle. And I've always kept him in like these community kind of mother kind of things because like I put him in mommy and me classes. I was breastfeeding him. So I breastfed him to the community got upset, right? So I was breastfeeding him. He was 2 years old. And one of my coworkers, because he's gonna the job I was at, and she said, "Well, the baby has their teeth and everything in their mouth. They're not supposed to be breastfeeding." She says, "What's wrong with you? You're gonna make him weird." And she was having such a fit. And I remember I remember breastfeeding him, right? And people were so disturbed. They were so disturbed. It was like, he's two. He's eating regular food and he drinks regular beverages. Why would you still be breastfeeding him? Something's wrong with you. And she was like, she just was so disturbed. She wouldn't let it go. And she was like, do this for me. She said, just don't give him the breast. She said, I think you give it to him. If you stop, he'll stop. She said, so what I need you to do is, she said, I don't want you to give it to him and just let him wean off on his own. Because I kept a schedule, right? That worked for me as a mother. So, whatever, if I was doing every 2 hours or whatever I was doing, I would continue to do it. I hadn't gotten off of whatever schedule I got on. And she told me to not do it. And I decided to appease her and I wouldn't. And my son did not. He did not independently um, come to me for breastfeeding. And I was so taken back because I didn't think that I was conditioning him. It was so funny how people could observe you and they'll tell you stuff. But anyway, women, um, sometimes I don't think they deliberately do things that may be negative and not beneficial to their children or just the sisterhood in general, right? I don't think that they intentionally do things that may be very negative, but on the long run, it's not helping us move the the needle forward, right? So going along with being superficial and all of this stuff is it's not benefiting us, right? You 1 minute you say be genuine, be unique, and then we're all wearing the same outfit, we're all got the same wig. I mean, we all wearing the same makeup, we're all wearing the same jewelry, everybody's buying the same pocketbook. It's some kind of culture, right? And you won't really recognize it. No problem. You won't really recognize it until you actually do something out of the norm, right? So I did a lot of things out of the norm as a mother, but as a person in general. I was not encouraged to follow the group. So that's why I get triggered when I hear someone say, just be yourself, do what you want to do. And they say it like there's no consequences to that. Um, and there are, because the public, strangers is the public. Strangers do chime in on things, and they can try to make you feel quite uncomfortable, and you don't know them, and they just, you disturb them so much by doing something that's so unusual and not traditional that they will speak about it openly because you're disturbing them. And clearly everybody doesn't experience this, because I don't feel like people are trying to say negative things to you. I don't think people, when they're trying to encourage you, that they're doing it out of, from a bad place. I think that some people do things and it just goes unnoticed. They don't get backlash. But I have done many things, and almost everything I've done has had backlash. A perfect example is when I was in high school, and that was in the 90s. I was in high school, and early 90s, right? No, not the early 90s. So I was in high school like 95, 94, 95. So, okay, so I wanted to dye my hair green. My hair was black. My hair is not black now, right? So I'm older. But at the time, my hair was jet black. I wanted to dye my hair green. And so I dyed my hair green. And because my hair was so dark, you would only be able to really tell that my hair is green if the sun is hitting it and you can tell and see the tint. So it wasn't like this major big thing for me. I would have liked it to be noticeable, more noticeable. I, from what I thought. Excuse me. In my mind, I wanted to have it be clear that it was green, but in reality, it was like this. You know, you have to really notice it. So I went to school, and the kids noticed that I dyed my hair green, and they was like, "Oh my God, why would you dye your hair green? Like, who does that?" It was like, "Yeah, who does that?" You know, it was so it was so funny. It's so one of the kids was like, "Black people don't do that. Black people don't do it," and I was so offended because I was like, "How are you gonna tell me what a black person does and I'm black? Like, you may have not met until now a black person that wanted to dye their hair green, but I am always black. I am a black person. So if you see my hair green, I'm the first person that you have met that's black that has dyed their hair green." But you know, they're not hearing that. They're kids, they're your peers, they're not hearing that. You really have to be strong in your own individualism to be able to go against the group when they're trying to tell you what black people do and what black people don't do. And I used to get that a lot when I was a teenager because I like tie dye and I like to do little different things with my clothes. When I was in high school, everybody was like into two types of um, clothing clothing brands, right? So um, I wanted to do my own clothes, or I was some kind of princess in my mind. Who knows? Whatever I was into something that none of the kids in my class was into. None of them. Obviously, their impact had no impact on me because I had my own identity and nobody cared about my identity and they didn't like it. And so when I would express myself, my peers would give me backlash. And I used to feel so trapped and so miserable because I was like, why are they bothering me? Like, why can't they just leave me alone? Like, let me do what I want to do, you know? I did that but with a spray can hair dye, it was green, lol. I think we just like to be different, and that's okay. I think it's, I think it's wonderful. I love individuals. I always like abstract art, but the majority of people I was around, and I'm still around. I still, I'm 48 years old, and I still have people that want to tell me what to do. Like they really um don't like the way I want to express myself. Like I had this favorite pair of green shorts with gold buttons, and one of the women, older women, of course, she saw me and she was like, "What are you wearing?" Now they're shorts, they're green shorts. I'm wearing shorts, and she was like, You have to keep in mind that you represent more than yourself, and you have to dress a certain way and everything." Like I was like, who decided that for me? I want to dress anywhere I want to dress, and I'm a grown person, and I should be allowed to do whatever I want to, and I shouldn't have to have a conversation about it. But back to being a mother, right? So I took my son to mommy and me class, and in the mommy and me class, we had this white woman with a guitar, and she would have us all sit in a circle with the babies in the middle of us, and she would play the guitar. And she would tell us to rock the baby because we want to have connection with the baby. And we would be rocking, and we would say, "Hello, everybody." And it was just, I loved it. It made me think of Romper Room and all of that stuff. Like I was loving it. But you have to keep in mind that I live in the inner city, and I don't just live in the inner city. I live in what they term the projects. So separating yourself from the peers that your child is going to meet, it's never a good idea. My intentions aren't bad. Now, my intentions aren't bad, but you're not doing activities that the average person they're going to meet in the projects are doing. And I can't tell you how we can deal with that. I just can tell you that that is a problem. It is, because you're doing things that are keeping them more and more separated from their peers. And, you know, peer pressure is a problem. It's a big thing. And that's what happens when it comes to women and their makeup. Like you come around, you're just being yourself, you're being all natural. And a feminine woman that's into makeup and everything, she's going to harass you. So you're going to get harassed by your peers, which is a woman, and you might get harassed by males, because the males will be like, "Why aren't you dressing like a girl?" You know. And these are the things that you're going to have to really stand in as an individual and as a person that's saying, "I'm going to be who I am, and if I feel like wearing blue today, I'm going to wear blue. And if I feel like, you know, singing um, whatever song I feel like singing in public outside, I'm going to do it." That's not easy. Hey, DJ Elf, how are you? It's insecurity. They can't handle the unexpected. I think that a lot of mothers, since we're the ones that's raising the children, right? I think that we are not allowing the child to be individual. I think that we um, maybe for protection, right? Because if you look at if you look at it on the outside, you may look at my parenting style as not being protective of my child, right? Because you having them do things that nobody else in their classroom is going to have experienced is not helping. You know what I mean? But This is not a Debbie Downer. I want to talk about women. I want to say Happy Women's History Month, and I want to show you some encouragement. I received this, and I want to share it with the women. I'm just saying that it's interesting to me how we can want things, and it's messy. Let me take the banner off so y'all can see her talk.
Your miracle after this prayer. Expect your miracle after this prayer. God put this in front of you for a reason. Heavenly Father, I'm lifting up the woman watching this right now. You know her heart better than anyone on this earth. You know what she's afraid of, what she's been praying for in secret, what she carries in silence because she doesn't think anyone would understand. Your word says, ask and it will be given. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened. So I'm knocking on her behalf tonight, Lord. Every door that's been closed too long, open it. Where there's been lack in her life, bring more than enough. Where there's been fear, replace it with a peace that doesn't make sense. Where there's been sickness in her body, put your healing hands on her right now. And where there's been confusion, give her clarity so sharp she can't deny it came from you. Go beyond what she asked for, Lord. Do more than she imagined. Show her that the waiting wasn't rejection. It was preparation for something bigger than she could see. Her breakthrough is coming. Her miracle is already on the way, and nothing the enemy planned can stop what you already promised her. In Jesus' mighty name, amen.
I thought that was so nice. And I was like, oh, people, they're always sending me things. And I said, you know what? Let me share this for Women's History Month because I think it's beautiful. I like that people send me things. And, I like that. Like, I like those positive songs and stuff like how Mary J. Blige did that song, Good Morning Gorgeous. I think it's beautiful. I loved how the women received it and how it made them cry, it made them feel validated, it made them feel encouraged. And I think we need that, right? Rather than hard rules, I think you should seek balance. Sometimes they need to be different from peers, and sometimes they need to be the same. When you say they need to be the same, what are examples of the time they need to be the same? Because I think that one of the things I have a problem with is I think that um, as a parent, you notice your child has gifts, right? And they don't really encourage or support a child with gifts, right? So they have these gifts, and they just want to say, "Stop it! Don't do that." Like they'll have spiritual gifts or these different gifts that they're very unusual, and they'll be like, "Oh, we just want to blend into society. We don't want a problem, because you have a problem because you have everybody's making everybody sit on their gifts. Like maybe it wouldn't be a problem if you allow all the kids to operate in their gifts. Just like when you see about a lot of school settings, they say that children like to run around, they like to explore. And in a basic school setting, they put them in a room. Some classrooms have bars on the windows or some kind of gates, and you are in a very structured environment where you're being conditioned, right? And I don't see any freedom with that, right? So one of the things I thought was interesting was the school model of um, the schooling without walls, and they take the kids out a lot, let them learn in nature. And I thought that was a really great. I looked at a lot of different models because I had a son. I couldn't afford those programs. That's why I couldn't get them. I like the school without walls model. Being Asian American, I never was able to fit in. But there's other Asians in New York, so why do you say that? Fit in where? It's interesting how that's interesting how you say that. But I'm so happy DJ Elf is in here. DJ Elf 7 is a man, Exile is a man. But what makes me happy, puts me back into my mindset with DJ Elf is because it's politics, right? So when I think about DJ Elf, I think about strong political conversations. And yes, one of the things, of course, I wanted to talk about was something political. And what I wanted to talk about that was political is how, for me, I was extremely disappointed in the police commissioner, Kejon Sewell, because she did not, she resigned. And I just think that for the level she was in, I thought it was a bad move as a female to not complete your term, right? So you fight to get in a position. I'm not saying she didn't or she didn't, but she was the first, and she did not serve the complete term. And I get very upset when the female gets a position that never was held by a female, and then they don't stay in it for the whole term. There's a lot of females that do that, and it looks like it looks like she can't handle what these men are handling. I mean, we got men in office. I'm not excluding women, but we have more men in politics, right? It's no doubt. There's no doubt. There's more men in politics, and we have men been in politics for decades. And a female gets a position and she can't even stay in for the term that she's been voted in for. It's bad luck, to my opinion. Do you agree? Do you agree? DJ Elf said, I grew up in the country. So what was the type of people that was there in the country? When you say that, what do you mean? I'm gonna drop the link after I show this. Let me show you this. I'm just disturbed, and I don't like it. I don't like that you get a position. I think it just makes it look bad. I think as we still move forward as women, we still do not come off as, I don't so yeah, we can talk about other countries having female presidents all day long. It just doesn't ring that way to me. I don't see a female being the president of the United States. You see all the nonsense that's going on right now with Iran and everything, right? It's a lot of stuff. And I want to highlight this woman because she was the first, and she didn't stay her whole term. Let's look. I just want you to see her. She's a part of Women's History Month because she made history. There's no doubt she made history. And we're not going to take that away from her.
Next, New York City Police Commissioner Keishant Sewell is currently the Chief of Detectives of Nassau County, and now incoming New York Mayor Eric Adams has named her to be the first woman to head the nation's largest police department.
I think my perspective is different. I bring a fresh set of eyes. We keep using the phrase emotional intelligence, but I think sometimes the first thing people say is women are a little sensitive. I think sensitivity is a strength.
Sewell said in an interview that tackling violent crime is her #1 priority when she starts on January 1st. Other big issues that plague the city include bail reform, recidivism, shootings, doubling this year, subway crime up, and a host of others.
Overall crime's up 36.5% from the same period last March. In year to date, it's up even more, 44.1%.
We will not tolerate gun violence in this city. That cannot be overstated. We are tackling this head on. My focus and intentions are clear. Seize the guns, stop the violence, stop the shooting, and save lives. And together we can do that.
We're stepping forward into the new year with a number of different strategies. Those strategies, Sewell says, will help transform policing as we know it.
There is some encouraging news because shootings and murders this year, while still high, are down by double digits.
Subway crime is down 16% since October, bringing the crime rate to pre-pandemic levels.
The NYPD says major crimes overall fell by 9% in February compared to the same time period a year ago.
Well, new numbers this morning on crime in New York City. We are seeing a substantial drop in some key categories.
According to the NYPD, 5 of the 7 major crime indexes are down this year.
There are big declines compared to a year ago. Murders down 27, almost 28% there. Rapes were down 22%.
On behalf of the women and men of the NYPD, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
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 Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
We didn't plan a 4th print, demand forced it. We're currently on our 4th print run of the Natural Healing Handbook. And this
I want to start with the machete attack situation.
As you know, she resigned. So she had such a promising start. So many people under the Eric Adams administration resigned. One of the most, let's focus on women. Happy Women's History Month. Oh, no, I'm putting the wrong thing up. It's just so many things come to my mind, right? So anyway, you know, she's like, a lot of women, they like to think that we lead by emotion and everything. And when the time she resigned, she was like, I got to take care of my family. I have other things that are priority right now and everything. And I was like, she not even going to finish her term? How y'all think the governor's doing? You know, the governor is a female. Is coming up with we have to vote her back in if you want her back in. And a lot of people got problems with Hochul. You know, I practice forgiveness. I'm still mad with Hochul for saying that kids in the Bronx don't even know what a computer is. That sounded so racist to me. Like, I was like, that's so racist. Like, what is wrong with her? Like, why would she say that? Why would she say that? How is she so disconnected? She was like, oh my God, like kids in the Bronx, they don't even know what a computer is. You know, it's like, I'm trying to stay on women. Let's stay on women. Let's stay on women. Just stay on women. Because I want to talk about Gavin and how he up there talking about he's just like us with his SAT score. Like, they're so racist. They think of black people so low that anything that's low, they'll say, I'm connecting to you based on that. Trying to stay on females. But like when it comes to de Blasio, and like he would come to events late and he'd be like, oh, I'm just like a black man and stuff. I was like, what in the world? Like, he made me so mad. He would make me so mad, some of the statements he would make, and it was just so much mess. Oh, so much mess. But I just want you to remember Hochul saying that the kids don't know in the Bronx. If that's the case, then what are you doing about that, though? If you believe that, and we in New York, we in the greatest city, what are we doing about that? I mean, really, if you believe that, what are we doing? The Bronx is still like the worst. It's like the worst borough, like the borough that has the least. I showed the New York Post. That was so racist. I'm just saying, I thought that was the most craziest statement that she could make, and I was just like, thought that was so crazy of her. I was like, is she for real? Like, what is wrong with her? Like, why is she talking like that? And it's no different than when Hillary Clinton was like, hey honey. It's no different than when Hillary Clinton was like, that black men are super predators. Like, they say crazy stuff
on the news. How mold is caused.
So I wanted to write this article about Kathy Hochul's statement while on a forum in California, where she blatantly stated that there are black children within the Bronx who don't know the word computer. Obviously, this received a lot of backlash from Republicans, but it even received some backlash from Democrats. I think this is an interesting moment in time where we get to see the level of condescending statements that come from mainstream Democrats. And within my article, I wanted to point out how, for me, this is one of the reasons why I gave up the Democratic Party. It's one of the reasons why I chose to go independent. And it's because I realized that the Democrats are elitists, or if not all of them, a good portion of them support elitist ideas.
Now I want to stop it at this point. We're going to go back to him. That's his opinion. Okay, number one. Number two, I want to just focus on the fact that this is a woman in a great leadership position. She is the governor of New York State. And she made a statement about children in the Bronx that I don't think she thought was going to even get to us. She's all the way in California. I think one of the major things the reason how we catch them is because they already have this opinion that we're not watching them. So they'll go to places that's not in their state that they don't think we're going to find out about. That's number one. Like, I don't think she ever thought we was going to even know about this, because if you pay attention to a lot of them, like, they're going all over the place. They'll be saying crazy stuff because nobody's in the room that they feel is going to get anything back to them. Like, they're gauging when they say, do I have anybody from Brooklyn in the room? And somebody from Brooklyn will say, yeah. But when they do that, they're trying to check. And I feel like we shouldn't say anything. Don't say anything. Just let them think nobody's in there so they can really tell us some wild stuff. Because it's this, she's all the way in California. I don't believe in my soul. I don't believe that she thought that was going to get back to us. I don't. I think they do stuff. They kind of in their own world. They're in these rooms with people that they don't expect nothing. They just, people do this, what they say, we go along to get along. People don't want conflict. They don't want to really fight. So even if they don't agree in their heart, they say, I'm going to go along to get along, because they want to sit at the table. What are you talking about? They want to eat what you eating. You eating lobster, and the chance of me not going to be able to eat lobster with you is because I'm speaking up for people that don't even vote for me. They're not worrying about it. They're not. They're like, well, let me look at the numbers. Let me look at the numbers. Oh, half these people didn't even vote for me. I ain't worrying about them. Forget them. I'm eating at this table and gonna have me some lobster. Sit there and getting full. Their ribs not touching. Your ribs are touching. But anyway, we're talking about her. And he talking about the political party, talking about he left. I don't listen. We not putting the Democrats as a female. We talking about this female that's a Democrat, Kathy Hochul. Just listen to what he thinks. Well, I'm not talking about me, right? All I said is that I think that was real racist of her to say that. I thought she was really disconnected and being ridiculous. And if she felt that way, then as the governor, she should have been putting in services. She got a budget that she paid attention to make sure there's services to make sure these kids know about a computer. Not go to some forum and say, oh, them kids don't even know what a computer is. That looks bad on you, boo-boo. Boo-boo.
Only elitists would think that there are Black children that exist in America that have never heard the word computer. If I was to give her some, maybe she was trying to say that there are Black children who are in the Bronx who don't have access to a computer. Maybe they don't economically unable to afford. But I don't think that's what she was trying to say. She had plenty of time. She wasn't under pressure. She said exactly what she thought. And she had a smirk on her face after she said it too, completely unaware as to what she was actually implying, is that we are so ignorant that we don't even know the word computer or that they even exist. I mean, how are we even filming this? It's just.
This is how I think a lot of people, especially in the Democratic Party, feel. Like, I feel that they think that Black and brown people, no matter how much education you have managed to have, because so many other Black people are so ignorant in their opinion, that they just, everything is, they need help. Oh, they need so much help. And it's 2026. She didn't say this in 2026. She's up for a re-election in 2020. She's up now. And I'm just saying to you that you need to pay attention to where these people talking and what they talking about and how they talking about you. Because how is it not a reflection of your own leadership when you are the ones you are the elected official, you representing all of us. Now, if you attempt to help someone and they choose not to do something, that's one thing, because we all agree that you can't make the horse drink the water. But in many cases, from my experience in the community, They're not even trying to bring people to the water. What? They have already determined what people feel. They have said, "Oh, they're not interested." Who did you ask to determine that they're not interested? How many people did you ask to determine that all the people here, how many people here, that they're not interested? Because as you should know, there are some people that don't want to have anything to do with the computer. They swear that the computer is scanning their brain and all this kind of stuff. There's a segment of people that want nothing to do with computers. So you're not going to be able to convince them anything. They believe that the computers are evil and that they're doing something bad to us. And they're trying to convince us to leave the computers alone. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about people that may see a benefit in the computer and may be able to utilize it in a way that they can become more successful than they are without one. But who's making sure they have, access to it, right? So one of the things that they have given many low-income to poor people is something that they don't really want to help, right? So they don't want to help people that are not working and that are habitually poor, right? Like they just have this recidivism of being unemployed, right? So every time they get a job, within a 2-year period, they won't have one anymore. And they're like, what's going on here? And they get to the point where they're saying they're always needing services. They're always needing services. And they don't want to help them. They don't want to help them. And I'm like, we got a problem when you have a female in position and she don't want to help. But let's go back to this guy. Yeah, this girl. I want to hear this guy's take.
Level of expectation of idiocy, the bigotry of low expectations that come from the Democrats, the idea we can't get a voter ID because we don't know where the DMV is. It's this idea that we're unable to keep up with everybody else. Someone has to do something special for us. And I've lived my entire life, never met a single Black person who does not have an ID. It's quite literally impossible to do anything in life without an ID. Yet Democrats are still arguing this point, and they will fight to the death to make sure that people understand that we are so poor and unfortunate that we can't even do basic things that everybody else can. We're a special case. And of course, our white saviors like Kathy Hochul are here to save the day. Obviously, rational people who don't live within her bubble, who don't attend her country club, we can see how ridiculous of a statement this is. But I think we should look a little bit further to examine all of the politicians we put into place. Do they really think this about Black Americans? Do they think this about any American? That we are so ignorant, so unfortunate, and that only they can save us. I think there's something genuinely wrong with this mentality.
Are you researching dental implants?
There's a lot of dental
I love it. Anyway, DJ Elf said, people have become dependent on consumerism. I can still eat good without selling out. I don't think people think like that. I also think that people do believe in the white savior. They do. They do. Superman is a white man. If you try to create a Black Superman, the public will go crazy. They'll say no. What is going on here? You see how crazy they went to Little Mermaid being Black? Little Mermaid, they had a big fit about that. Little Mermaid. That's another woman. Happy Women's History Month. He went crazy because Disney decided to let Little Mermaid be black. Yeah, the black with red hair. She was a regular Little Mermaid. She was like any other Little Mermaid. They didn't make her ghetto. They didn't make her a ghetto Little Mermaid. They made her the regular Little Mermaid. She was an inquisitive teenage girl looking around, getting in trouble. They could have ghettofied it so they can get people in uproar, but they didn't go there. But they could have went there. You understand? So people could go wild on their behinds, but they know better. But it's still messy. A black Superman? Oh no! What is going on? That's how they was doing. That's the button I brought for Obama. They had Obama in a Superman outfit flying, and I thought that was cool. Obama, the president. Remember we had Barack Obama? They had all kind of ads for him. We're talking about men. Let's stay focused now. Let's stay focused. Happy Women's History Month. I should just let you go. Because you see how my mind always going back to men? But women should we be paying attention to this? Listen to me. I think that Gavin Newsom is good looking. I think he looks good. I think he looks like a good president. I think he looks like an American president. But Gavin talk crazy. Can we just I want your input. Do you mind if we just highlight a little bit about Gavin Newsom? Or y'all don't care? It's okay. I want a woman or anybody to make a comment. Mom? Yeah. You wanted the computer, right? Or you okay? Oh, cause I was like, I'll stop it because we almost at the hour mark. Well, what do you mind if I talk about Gavin Newsom? Yeah, because you're a female. Oh wow. So that's another part we can say too. We want to make sure that the women know about what's going on, you know. Stick to the women. No, she said stick. I love it. She said stick to the women. I love it. Because we got a lot of women. They in big positions, big time positions. Excuse me. Yes. That woman is the one that's from Texas. What woman? Gavin is a man, Mom. He's running for. He's a candidate for president. People listen. They got to start putting these people that we want to be considered for president. Because I'm not interested in Kamala, whatever you want to call her, Kamala, whatever you want to call her. I'm not interested. They said she did good numbers for the short time that she had ran. When they were saying that we're not gonna consider Biden, and they want to put her out there again. Do y'all want to talk about that? I don't want to be bothered with her. I think she showed her racism. I do. I thought she was being racist. I think they have these ideas that are so racist. You know, it's just a part of their teachings, you know. Anyway, I want you to look into these people better. You know, Kathy Hochul, the positions that these women are in. Now, yes, we have a white female that is, she upset me because the mayor told her don't pursue with the snowball situation, and she didn't listen. And I think that's crazy. That's her boss. And she deliberately didn't listen to him. So what should the boss do? If your staff stops listening to you and they side with anybody else other than you when they put you in position, you got to show them that you gotta write them up. You can give them a verbal one, and I wouldn't do that. She got to get written up, or she just get fired. She get replaced. She get demoted, or she get replaced. It's that easy. Like, that's crazy. Do you know what I'm talking about? The link is in the chat. I don't like it. Okay. She all upset about them snowball fight. Right here. I want y'all to see that because this is another female in position. She did not listen to her boss. That's not good. That's very bad. It's very bad.
With bold cabinetry delivered fast. New York City Police Commissioner Jessica Natish said that she will not tolerate any attacks on her officers days after several officers were pelted with snowballs. One man was arrested. 3 are still being looked for after Monday's snowball fight in Washington Square Park, which sent 2 officers to the hospital. The incident has put police and the PBA at odds with the mayor, who does not think criminal charges are warranted. The Manhattan DA charged 27-year-old Guzmani Coulibaly with obstructing administration and harassment, but not with assault. And speaking today at a promotion ceremony, the commissioner told her officers that she will always be fiercely protective of them.
Don't allow the loudest voices in the room to erode the pride that you have in wearing the uniform and in protecting this city. I certainly will not tolerate any attacks on my cops, period.
Meanwhile, the mayor this afternoon again referred to the incident as a snowball fight that got out of hand. He then added that he appreciates the work of Commissioner Tisch. New York City Police Commissioner Jessica Natish said that she
It's like he's scared of her or something. It's like he's scared of her. What do you think? I got the comment. I got the link in the comment section. Jessica Tisch is a female. She got the position, and he told her that it's just a snowball fight. I don't want to pursue criminal charges. She didn't listen to him. She says, "You're not going to mess around with my police officers. I protect my police officers." She didn't listen to a directive from the boss. What do you think about that? You understand what I'm saying? Listen to what the mayor said. Oh my God, is this crazy?
All right.
We're getting away from females? I think he's scared of her. What do you think? I think he's scared of her.
Do you agree with Commissioner Tisch that what happened in Washington Square Park with the snowballs was criminal? And how can you take steps to prevent something like this doesn't happen again? So I've seen videos of kids throwing snowballs at members of the NYPD in Washington Square Park. And first, I want to say that officers have been on the front line of helping our city respond to this blizzard. They have been keeping New Yorkers safe, and they have also been at the heart of our efforts of digging New Yorkers' cars out of these kinds of conditions and ensuring that our ambulances, our MTA buses can keep functioning across this city. They and our entire city workforce deserve to be treated with respect. The only person in our city's workforce who deserves to be treated with a snowball is me.
Do you know for sure they're kids or they're adults? And the second question is, what went wrong on Staten Island that you couldn't clear it out yesterday, even with the snow hitting it hard on the hilly and narrow streets?
So with Staten Island, what we saw is snowfall of 28 to 30 inches across the borough.
And as you said, there are certain conditions on the island that make for snow response to be quite a difficult task. That is why we were taking an accurate every hour estimation of what the response was, what we needed to supplement. And I'm very thankful, frankly, in our sanitation department, the hardworking men and women of the DSNY for their up-to-date changes in ensuring that we were sending enough personnel and equipment out there. I don't know if, Commissioner, if you want to add anything.
Yeah, I just want to just stress that all the areas we're having challenges are narrow streets where there's very limited space for the snow to go. When we're plowing the street, we're plowing it to the right. So that snow has to go somewhere. If that snow has no room to go, it creates challenges. So as we went plowing yesterday morning, we were finding a lot of those challenges became more apparent. And that's when we immediately made adjustments to bring extra personnel and equipment to the island. And we've continued that last night from out of boroughs and including private contractors, as well as tonight. We're going to bring everything we can in there.
Question, you said that there were kids throwing snowballs. Do you know that for a fact, or is it possible these were adults?
I can just tell you from the video I saw, it looked like.
This is the
You see how they threw in the whole thing about adults opposed to kids because they because they black. They trying to, do you know with black, they always try to, all of a sudden, they're not kids. But if they were white, they could be damn 30, 35, and they still talking about their kids. They're never trying to charge them at the extent. I'm upsetting myself when I'm eating. I really want some cheese. I'm eating some crackers. Anyway, y'all not coming in here, so I think y'all good. I think this is a great start of Women's History Month. we want to talk about women. How are we gonna move this? How are we gonna move the needle forward? Women to women. What as women can we do to improve things? One of the things I'm telling you that I'm very disturbed about is the whole component about women want us to be keeping it real. I want a real man. And females got fake lashes, fake hair, fake, they got their makeup on. I feel like nothing's wrong with enhancing yourself as long as the person you with, like seriously with, knows the real you and he is accepting you for who you really are. Like, we got women, they sleeping in their wigs, they putting that wig, they gluing that wig down so that wig can't come off. I mean, they have no interest in showing you their real self. That's crazy. And you can't be asking for a real man and you playing games like that. And I think that it's definitely a double standard that a man don't even go through. No man, we don't have these men doing this. You see the dude, what you see is what you get. And the female, she playing games. She got color lenses in her eyes. She's got extensions everywhere. And this is ridiculous. You do some kind of event and y'all going out and you want to put on a wig or whatever and y'all all in agreement, okay. But you know, it's crazy to me. Like your man don't really know how you really look. You sleeping with your wig on. You got that wig on. You set in that wig like it's your hair. That ain't your hair. It's weird to me. I mean, these women, they doing fake booties and everything. Like, what is going on here? Who has convinced you that you can't get a man that's okay with the body that you have? Like, what is going on that we have decided that you got to go to DR to get a BBL? You're not even getting it by certified people. You ain't even getting it from here because in Florida it's too expensive. So you got to get that BBL so bad, being fake and phony, that you're going to leave the country. You're not leaving the country for vacation. You leaving the country so you get a BBL? Come on now. Something's crazy about that. Happy Women's History Month. What is going on with the women? And what are we as women even saying about this? Like, you feel so bad about yourself that you got to go out of the country to an unsanctioned place to get a BBL. And people are dying. Like, women are losing their lives for superficial nonsense. Like, you trying to tell me the butt is that important to you? Like, and then the thing that's crazy to me, this is what really gets me. You got these women with these BBLs and they still single. So you went and got a BBL for who and for what? Like, you went and got a BBL and you still single. Like, what is going on here? That didn't even guarantee a man for you. You are investing all of this money into reconstructing yourself so you can still be single. That doesn't hit. That's not a flex. It's not a flex. And I just think it's just crazy. It's just, how did it get there? Like, I'm not there with you. I'm not there with those women. I don't understand what they're thinking. But I'm telling you, they're still single. Good day, mate. How are you? I just think it's horrible. I think it's sad. And I think it's just really sad for the women that lost their lives trying to get this exaggerated butt, because you already have a butt. So you wanted to get an exaggerated butt so you can still be single? I mean, they wearing these body things with their butt leaking and all this crazy stuff. Like, oh, y'all, like, they doing all of this for what, yo? Like, they still their mind. And then these the same women that will say, I need a real man. I'm about a real man. I need a real man. But what do you got that's real on you? Even in one of the songs that they have, the guy says, it's Walk It Like I Talk It. I think it's the Migos. And he said that it's like, he said you went and got some kind of surgery and you didn't get you didn't do it all. You could have got your whole body done. And it's like, why can't you just be yourself? Like if the man don't like you at where you at, that's not the man for you. What happened to that? It's like, it don't make no sense to me. Like, these women, they doing so much. They are altering themselves, and a lot of them are losing their life. This don't make no sense to me. And it's disturbing. Let me see. Let me show you what I'm talking about. They've been going to DR. They just dying. These people are not certified, and nobody cares. And I just think it's messed up. Let me see. And one of the first people that I thought didn't make no sense for doing it was
What if he doesn't look like his...
Kanye's mom. Kanye's mother, She tried to get the BBL in the States. They said that you had underlying health conditions, and they said no, you can't get it. So she goes out of the country where she wasn't sanctioned to get it. They didn't have that. They didn't have the same restrictions, and she lost her life. She didn't want to accept the regulations. They said you have underlying. We can't approve this. We cannot approve this. Christian women wearing the cross while going out in a bikini, drinking on. It's just like, it's so many things that's wrong. And I think that loss of life for Giant, but why? This is what I don't understand. And it's like, but you single though. It didn't help you get a man. It's like, if you did it because you somebody said it or something, like your man, if you had a man in mind and you knew that he liked like huge gigantic butts, and for some reason you decided I want to get a huge ass for him, that might make sense if you get the huge ass and then you get him, but that still don't make sense. But at least when you get the huge ass, you got the man. But these women don't got no man. They just have this really huge ass. Christine, that's crazy. They get this phony huge ass, and then it's still not huge enough. They decide that their ass needs to be bigger. And I don't know why they want a bigger ass. Because it didn't help you get nobody. Oh boy.
Hi, friend.
Happy Women's History Month. Are you coming on the topic, sir? Did
I'm
you
not
want to explain why women are getting BBLs and they're still single?
I'm not a woman, first of all, but yes, happy Women's History Month to you for observing it. I know this really means a lot to you, like Valentine's Day and Christmas and New Year, and Thanksgiving and the 4th of July and every other Halloween, every other holiday.
Irish, I love the Irish.
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day and Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah. You celebrate everything. I really don't know what you don't celebrate. Black History Month, Women's History Month, the alphabet month. Every month you celebrate.
Well, I mean, what's wrong with that though? There's nothing wrong with it. We acknowledge
History Month. You just celebrate them all. Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yes.
Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Yes.
Autism Awareness Month. You celebrate them all.
I try. And we have men's awareness month as well.
I don't know anything about that.
That's what I'm saying. Because remember, the men was having this huge declines. They were unaliving themselves, and they said that they made the Men's History Month, Men's Month.
What the?
Yeah. So many things out there.
That's funny to me.
It's crazy. You know what?
So men traumatized.
Traumatized, yes. No, let me put this on because we need to understand about the booty.
Popular plastic surgery procedure in Miami is suing the surgical center and the doctor who performed the operation.
And it's a case the NBC6 investigators have been following for years now. Miriam Masihi has the latest.
33-year-old Erica Russell, a mother of 5, left her home in Tennessee in 2021 to travel to Miami for a Brazilian butt lift, or BBL, the plastic surgery procedure that has one of the highest mortality rates.
Like many folks and across the country, come to Florida and seek to have these plastic surgeries.
That's where you live, so you know about it when it's sweet.
Russell had the popular plastic
I
surgery
do not know anything about it because I do not date people here, so I do not know.
Sampson entered the operating room at about 6:32 that morning and performed 6 other surgeries before Russell's procedure, which began at about 8:31 in the evening.
By the time he got around to our client after 8:30 at night, he was on his now 7th procedure of the day.
According to her autopsy, Russell died of a fat emboli and internal bleeding after the doctor perforated organs during the liposuction portion of the surgery and then injected fat too deep into her buttocks, hitting the muscle, something that was prohibited by law after studies conducted by the American Society of Plastic Surgeons showed it was the cause of most BBL deaths.
We know that they went across the plane, the muscle plane that they're not supposed to go across, which dramatically increases the risk of exactly what happened here. She effectively bled to death along with having this emboli, that fatty emboli.
Russell's family is now suing Seduction Cosmetic Center and Dr. Sampson, alleging, among other things, that the center should not have let the doctor perform an unsafe number of procedures in a single day, especially since state records had him as the designated physician for the center and not as a surgeon who would be performing BBLs.
Doctor, if you could just tell me, were you pressured to do that many surgeries in one day?
During a medical board hearing in 2022, Dr. Sampson would not answer that question. He ended up accepting a settlement from the state that prohibits him from doing BBLs again.
Frankly, people expect better care in the United States of America in these procedures, and it's care they're just not getting, unfortunately, at a lot of these facilities in Miami-Dade and Broward.
When asked about the lawsuit filed by Russell's family, Dr. Sampson's legal representative told us he was unable to comment on active litigation. A letter his previous attorney sent to the state says the doctor is understandably upset by what happened in this case, that he has performed over 10,000 liposuction procedures and approximately 7,500 BBLs in his practice, and this is the first time he has had any significant complication from either of these procedures, much less a patient death. Representatives for Seduction Cosmetic Center didn't respond when we asked about this lawsuit. According to the Russell family's attorney, they are filing this lawsuit to raise awareness and to try to prevent this from happening to another family, since recovering money is always difficult in these cases because many centers and doctors do not carry malpractice insurance. Miriam Masihi, NBC6 News.
What if he doesn't look like his...
They don't got no malpractice insurance. Oh man, they throwing this black man under the bus. I'm more worried about him than their family.
Listen, why 7,500 BBLs under him? Why do women getting BBLs when it's me? Come on now. That's
You asking a man? Okay, that's a good question.
They want a man. Why she need a BBL?
Most of these women that get BBLs get it for themselves. You know, it has nothing to do with a man at all. She got 5 kids. Let's be honest. Like, she don't have trouble getting a man at all. She don't got no trouble getting a man. She got 5 kids. No trouble at all getting a man.
She want that BBL for a high value man. She thinks she can get a high value man.
She at least had one man 5 times, or she had multiple men on separate occasions. So she got no trouble getting a man at all. She got no trouble.
But she want a high value man.
She probably had a high value man. At least somebody had to send her down there. Somebody had to send her down here to get
the BBL.
The procedure done. I don't understand why women get that. You know, I don't even I never been with someone that had those, so I wouldn't know. But it looks like it's more so a confidence booster. And I don't know why they get Brazilian. Like, this woman. Wait. First of all, let's stop asking the question about women in particular. Let's ask the question, why are sisters getting this? Let's ask that question, because I can't. I really don't.
You trying to say because black women already got big butts? Not every black woman got a big butt.
No. I didn't say all of that. I didn't say you jump into conclusions, sweetheart. You could go on about that. You could go on. Go ahead. Say what you got to say about that, please. Please say what you got to say about that.
I want to know. Well, you trying to accuse? When you say sisters, are you talking about black women?
Yes, I am. No,
so
no,
you're trying to accuse black women of all having all natural BBLs because some black women don't got big butts.
Okay. Now, this is what I mean about sisters. Now, when I first you asked me why are women, and then I said no. Let's first find out why. Let's talk about sisters. Now, when I said sisters, I was not accusing all black women of having big booties, but what I'm saying right now, I'm saying that black women shouldn't have to resort to getting BBLs or any kind of surgery to enhance or take away from their body. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing. I spoke with you offline about this, that all of humanity came from the black woman. You know, like all of humanity came from the black woman. Everything that's beautiful on a woman came from a black woman. So, and the whole reality of trying to look like someone else or trying to be someone else, everything that is desired in a woman is already what she's looking at in the mirror. And I don't know if it's an esteem thing. I don't know if it's trauma that made her want to go get it, but just by her being a black woman alone, I feel bad because I didn't do what I had to do on my part to ensure that women like her didn't have to go or resort to like going to get something done to make them feel like they have to go get it. Like I didn't do everything on my part. That's one woman in this country that went all the way. I don't even know where she's from, but she went from one part of the country to another part of the country just to get a body enhancement that's black. And as a black man, I feel like I didn't do. I'm not doing my part. I'm not doing my part. So
well, what you supposed to be able to do?
I'm not gonna blame her. I'm not gonna blame her per se, but I'm gonna ask him, being a black man himself, and maybe he's not from America, so he don't care. Maybe from like another place, you know, another country, you know. But as a man, as a black man from America, like there's more, like there's so much more that we could do to ensure that our women, our strong black women, do not have to resort to fatal and life-changing operations like these.
Yes.
So, like I said, I can't explain why every other woman wants to go get a BBL. But I know one thing, that whether a black woman has a big backside or a
flat one.
I'm not gonna say flat one, huh?
But they do have flat
concave, whether it's convex or concave. Like I'm gonna be honest that she's attractive regardless, regardless of whether she has it or not, whether she has wide hips or not. She's still attractive, and there's more that we can do as black men to ensure that she's. Maybe this because I'm starting to see things from a whole different lens now. So yeah, if she would have had, I'm not gonna plug my book, but if she would have had my first book, she would have. Oh, that's me. Yeah. Yes.
So you think she wasn't encouraged enough and flattered about her own individual beauty?
Yes, and yes,
and you could have changed that if she could have at least brought your book. It could have changed. Why? You know what? You see,
I'm not gonna plug my book. This ain't the place or time to do it. But I know one thing. I know one thing that a lot of times, a lot of our sisters, you know, a lot of our Black women in America, you know, they want to, you know, they're not getting the protection and the provision and the encouragement and the empowerment that they should be getting from our Black men. You know, we're not doing, you know, all we could. We're not doing all we could when we could and how we could when we should. You know, so I just came up with that. I just came up with that. I'm gonna have to like write that down.
You see what's in the chat, right? He said men need more than 1 month. Women should celebrate men every day. What do you feel about that statement?
I feel highly celebrated already.
That's good. Okay.
I feel like King 1SP. Every time I look at a woman, I get saluted. So I feel like King 1SP. A Black woman, especially a Black woman. Like it
How
is.
they know to salute you?
No.
But how did they know to salute you?
I mean, I get saluted every time. I get called sir. I get called sir by Black women all the time. I don't understand. While I'm in public, I get called sir all the time. I don't even understand. I say good evening, good afternoon. I walk up to you. Oh, hey, sir, how you doing?
Y'all do know this is my number one troll. It's just
they do call me. It do. I'm like, no. You could call me Lamar. You know, you could call me Lamar. Yeah, call me sir. I was in there for 12 years. Like I'm served out right now.
That's not making no sense.
I've seen people, you know, die in front of me and still call me sir. So I'm served out right now.
Well, I don't call you that. I don't call you sir.
Yeah. I don't. The sir thing, you know, really is not really
over here. It's not over here.
I prefer young man. If anything, you could call me young man.
I call you 1SP.
Like young man. Like I told you, to call me Lamar. Like told you, to call me Lamar. You don't want to call me sir? Call me Lamar. And you didn't want to call me Lamar. You want to call me sir anyway? Call me young man, then.
OMG. You know what? I just think it's just horrible that women have been going under the knife for the BBL, and they're not happy. They're not happy women, and they don't have no man.
Well, we can't assume that she doesn't have a man. We cannot assume that she doesn't have a man. That's not mentioned in any part of the story that she doesn't have a man. We can't ascertain that. We can't assess that right now. That's not nowhere in the story that she doesn't have a man. The story is telling us that she went from one part of the nation to another part of the nation to get an operation that wound up being fatal. That's all it says. And she has 5 children.
Yes.
That's all it says. It doesn't say that she's married or not. She has a boyfriend or not. She's dating a woman or not. She's dating a trans. It doesn't say anything like that. It doesn't say if she's saved and looking for a husband. It doesn't mention anything like that.
Right.
She could be celibate for all we know. We don't know what's going on with her.
We just know she's gone.
Yeah, we don't know anything about her actual life. But we do know one thing, that she is a Black woman. We do know that much.
Yes, we know.
We do know that she is a Black woman. And we do know that the person that performed the surgery is a Black man. So yes. We do know that much. We can't assess that. And that's why I say, you know, the protection wasn't provided before she went under the knife. The protection, provision, and the encouragement, empowerment weren't provided. The reassurance wasn't provided before she went under the knife. It was all about getting a check. You know, that's all it was about. And instead of it wound up being a check, it was actually actual, like, you know, a malpractice lawsuit. So, you know, so it's, and, you know, I would think when they have like private practice, I would think that they have like some kind of sanctions where, you know, high-ranking physicians would be protected, but I guess in this case, he's not protected. So he didn't provide protection for his own, and look what happened on the outside. The outside they provide protection for him.
Well, I mean, this seems to be very common amongst our community, and I think it's very sad. And I just wanted to give another, because I'm used to them going to DR.
Indianapolis woman is dead after traveling to the Dominican Republic for plastic surgery. It is a growing trend. U.S. citizens leaving the country to get those procedures.
WRTV's Adam Shooms and photojournalist Paul Chiodo have been working this week to try to find out what went wrong in the Dominican Republic.
With a heavy heart, Sheree Terry reflects on the life of her twin sister.
And she went to go get her body done in a DR. And she never made it back.
Sha'Carri Terry was a mother to a 2-year-old and the proud owner of the Mini Blessings in Paradise Daycare on the city's east side before going to the Dominican Republic.
And me and my sister had a type of relationship where we could get into it 1 minute. And then right after that, we'll be back friends and talk. And so I knew someone right. I felt it in my heart. And I've been just trying to get help.
This wasn't Sha'Carri's first surgery this year. She posted on her Facebook back in February that she got surgery. Her family says it was a gastric sleeve surgery that she got in Mexico. Just a few months later, on April 11th, her family says Sha'Carri went with her friend Carlisha Williams to the Dominican Republic.
So she definitely was healthy. Everything went wrong. It happened there.
They both had surgery for a Brazilian butt lift and a tummy tuck. They say the surgery was performed by Dr. Jose DeSena, seen here before the surgery.
But after she called me Thursday night, she just wasn't right.
The second day into recovery, which was Friday, the 15th, Sha'Carri I was moving around a lot more. And Sha'Carri, I was still in pain, but I was moving around. Sha'Carri wasn't really moving around. She wasn't doing nothing. She would lay in bed. I would go in there and try to get her out the bed, try to get her to come downstairs and eat with me. And she just wasn't responding well.
Carlisha says Sha'Carri was moved from their recovery house and admitted to a clinic in Santiago.
When we go in there and I see Sha'Carri, I almost fell out. Like literally, like she was on all these machines. She was unresponsive. And she wasn't talking, wasn't alert, eyes closed. She's unresponsive.
Carlisha Williams was told that Sha'Carri was okay. Her kidneys were doing well and her body needed rest. Carlisha says Dr. DeSena said she was only sedated.
So I'm like, so if you unhook that, she'll be able to breathe and stuff like that on her. He was like, oh, yeah, she's perfectly fine. Like, her body just needs rest.
Carlisha says she went back to see Sha'Carri the next day and a different doctor was there. According to Carlisha, that doctor told her Sha'Carri was having a hard time breathing on her own. But 20 minutes later, she says Dr. DeSena came in and told her Sha'Carri was getting better and just needed dialysis.
I reach out to the mother and, I'm telling them what's going on, but I'm trying not to scare them. But at this point, I want to scream, like, get down here, like. When
Sha'Carri's mom arrived about a week after the surgery, Carlisha says the doctors continued to say that Sha'Carri just needed rest and they were told to leave. Carlisha was set to come back to Indiana the next day.
Her mother's talking to her. Her mother, basically, she tells me, like, Carlisha, I don't believe my daughter is alive. She was like, I know my daughter isn't alive. Why won't they tell me?
By the time she got to Indiana, Carlisha said that she was notified that Sha'Carri had passed away.
So she was like, Carlisha, I went back to my room. She was like, I was probably there for about an hour. She was like, they called me and told me Sha'Carri's heart stopped just that quick. I said, huh? She said, as soon as she went in, she said her daughter was already in a body bag that quick.
Sheree and Carlisha say they just want answers. I reached out to the State Department. They said they can confirm the death of a U.S. citizen in the Dominican Republic, and they're providing all appropriate assistance to the family.
We're going to keep fighting. We will not stop at all. Sha'Carri was a very important person.
Working for you, Adam Shooms, WRTV.
Well, we have made numerous attempts to contact Dr. Jose DeSena in the Dominican Republic. He has not responded to any of our requests. We will keep trying to reach him, however.
And tonight, the family tells us after trying for days, they expect Sha'Carri's body back in the U.S. tomorrow. There will be a balloon release for Sha'Carri Terry happening this Saturday at 4 p.m.
This will be at 5417 East 38th Street on the northeast side of Indianapolis. And we do want to pass along the public is welcome to attend.
Anyway, all of that is horrible. And that's what I'm used to. I'm used to hearing that they go to DR and they go to Mexico to get these BBLs. Usually they say that the ones in Florida is too expensive, or they are told that due to health concerns they can't go. And you see, in this case, the woman already had a gastro sleeve done. So I believe that they would have discouraged her getting another operation so close if she had did it in the States. And that's why she left out of the country, you know? And unfortunately, she passed. But I just think it's horrible. I see you took your mute. I see you. I can hear you when I speak.
I was listening to the whole thing, and
I think it's horrible.
Yeah, again, it goes back to it. I've seen another amazing, gorgeous looking young black woman from America again. And yet it's still, it just had a 2-month-old, you know, it just had a 2-month-old. Tender little baby, newborn baby. And it happened again. Again, once I say again that the protection that we don't provide for our own, I have to address the elephant in the room that our men are not protecting our women. We're not encouraging our women. We're not empowering our women. We're not doing all we could for our women right now. And this shouldn't even happen. The whole 1, 2, 3 surgeries, 7, all of these surgeries.
Yes.
You know, this is not gonna. I don't know why. Right now, I really feel like there's more work need to be done by.
But that's what I'm saying.
Us black men.
I'm saying that I don't know why. I don't know why that we've gotten to the point that they're not happy with their own bodies. You know, she wanted a flatter stomach. She wanted a more, I guess, higher behind, bigger and high. And I think that it's superficial. But you had made a statement earlier where you said she's probably just getting it for herself. It's not about a man at all. Do you feel that it's just about her having a self-esteem issue, or she just feels more like a 10?
We can't. I can't blame the attraction to men as an issue, because she may be attracted to women, you know. So I can't really, even if she does have a child, and just like with the other women have 5 children, she still could be attracted to women. So I really can't say that she did it for a man. But what I can say, if you are gonna blame us men, if you are gonna blame us, you have to blame us for not empowering her enough not to even go under the knife, for not even letting her know that you already are enough.
Right.
You already beyond enough for us. You provide more, like she's more than enough woman for any black man. So like if you are
black man though, but why you like just for black?
Don't blame us for her already going under the knife. Blame us for her going under a knife in the first place.
But I'm not blaming men at all. I'm saying
you know she didn't do that.
Women are doing this.
I don't think a woman. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe she did. Hey, maybe I get more men. I don't know if that's the case. Like none of these women, mothers. I don't think that's the case with mothers. Already because they don't have a problem getting a man. They don't have a problem getting a man because they already been. They already have had a man attracted to them at least once or twice or 3 times, or the one that has 5 kids, so I know at least one time they had a man attracted to them. So in that case, they don't have a problem getting a man, and they got pregnant. Like it's a lot of women out there that couldn't get pregnant, that can't get pregnant, that don't. They have men that don't want to impregnate them. So, they not that unattractive. If a man would like, hey, I'm gonna put my seed in this woman, they have to be some kind of attractive for men.
I don't know about that. It's just because accidents happen.
Accidents still have to be attractive for that accident to happen. You don't want a baby mama that's foaming at the mouth and all of that stuff, and I mean, that is definitely an accident. That is definitely an accident. She foaming at the mouth, and she got like one hand that's crinkled up and everything. Yeah, that is definitely an accident. That is definitely an accident. I made a mistake with that one. Yep. But I'm a racing child, though. Yep.
But what you feel about the women that
I've been in love with women that have had autism. I've been in love with women a woman that had autism.
Well, what they got to do with the fact that there's women out here, they refuse to remove their wigs and so forth. Like they sleeping in it. Like they don't want to, they glue it down so they adhesive to their head so much that to take it off may pull out their natural hairline. They're losing their own hairline because they want that fake hair. Do you feel that it's like we trying to say is we blaming the men about that? I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming the black man because they don't feel attractive without a wig.
Yeah, I mean it could be what they see on television, and stuff, and we have to. We're battling the whole nation, the entire nation, magazines, social media, television, radio. We're battling all of these things, every source of media that possibly exists. We're battling all of that just to ensure the black woman that she is enough. And then when we do it so much, they want us to backpedal, and because it's too how you say it? It's too clingy. It's too clingy because we're doing it so much, like you're enough. I need you. I love you. I want you. You're enough. It's too clingy. It then becomes too clingy for them, and they want us to backpedal and stuff. It's a daunting thing. And it goes back then, like when you look at it, she done got something done to herself. I remember when I was a young boy, young 1SP, a younger 1SP. I give you a little story time with 1SP. So, and this is not going to be on my channel, so this is definitely exclusive. I remember one time when I was a younger 1SP, just a little 1SP coming up, and I remember that my mom had like this amazing friend, a very, very attractive friend, and everything, and she dated a lot. I mean, like frequently dated a lot. She wasn't married. She was successful, had a nice nursing job and everything, being a charge nurse of her floor and everything in a hospital and everything. I mean, very attractive woman, black woman, everything. Stayed close to God because Her dad was like a deacon in a church. I mean, like it was completely awesome woman. And I remember one time, you know, I remember my room is right next to the restroom, the latrine. So I remember one time I was laying down, you know, 9 years old, 9-year-old 1SP laying down. And you know, I woke up and I mean, this nice little summer, I woke up and everything. And there she was. She just walked out the bathroom. So I woke up and I saw her like naked. First woman I ever seen naked. And I was like, oh, this is better than I dreamed. And of course, my mom found out I got chastised for that. You know, I don't know why I got chastised. She the one that was naked in front of me. Like, I wasn't naked in front of her. And then when I seen her, I didn't insult her. I said, it's better than what I dreamed. And I have been dreaming of her before then. So that very moment. But long story short, she was a very, very thick woman. And she, when I became an adult and everything, I told her, hey, you remember such and such? You know, I'm 18 now. I'm 18 now. You said if I get a little older, then, you know, I could talk to you. Like, I'm 18 now, you know, and everything. And she was like, well, I got to do one thing. And I'm going to tell you one thing. It was gastro bypass surgery. She had to get that done. And when she got that done, like, I didn't want her no more. Like, I wasn't attracted to her no more. I don't know what I did wrong. Like she coming with it to me. What you want me to do? Like the pre, I could put out this book of poems I wrote specifically for her, and you would be like, "What? You really wrote that?" Like, yes. But I never put it out. Like, everybody like, you didn't put out the poems you wrote. You didn't put her. No, I'm not putting them out.
So, are you telling me she was a plus size woman? She's very big.
Oh yes. Very attractive though. Very attractive. She still got like one of the cutest smiles. The only problem is, like, when she lost weight, you can see like a skeleton of like her teeth when she closed her mouth. You can see like. I'm being honest.
Troll. You see, I tell y'all. So wait a minute. I need to understand. Give me a visual.
I knew then. I know she didn't do it for a minute.
She's around this size.
No, she wasn't like that. She was in shape. She was just a heavy set.
This woman is in shape.
No. She's not in shape. And she's white, bro. Why? Like, can you do like a sister like that or something?
What is the difference between women and women?
It's like, there's a whole difference. Like, if you saw a black woman like that, it'd be very different than her. Because you'll see like the ankle's still like small, and you'll see like the wrist still small with a black woman. You'll see that too. Like, seriously. But no, she wasn't that big. She wasn't that big. But I've been with a woman that's big, but never that big. Oh, never that big. You know, before you get like surgery for that, you know, like, you have to like naturally lose weight. You have to naturally lose weight. So you're gonna have to burn off like a certain amount of pounds before you do it. Because I think they only put you on the knife when you gotta like show them like you're willing to do like, I think 20% of what you want them to do. So you gotta do 20% of the amount of pounds you want to lose. You gotta do 20% of that on your own.
But wait a minute, when is we? Now all women is. We celebrating all women. They don't have to be black women only. So why are you getting like that when you talking about, oh, but she not black?
Because that's what, you know, the young lady was. That's what the lady was. She was black.
But she But you said she was a big woman. She was a big woman.
It's a big black woman. It's totally different. Totally different. Totally different. It's different. It's way different.
I don't agree. I just think big women are big women. They've got to. The black and big, it's all the same.
I'm sorry. It's totally different. It's totally different.
Okay, so let me put in a black BBW because you like no, it's got to be a black one. Let me see. A black BBW.
That's like getting Miss what's her name, Tina. Getting Miss Tina to like Brad Pitt. She's like, oh no. Oh no. Time out. Then you had Leonardo DiCaprio. She's like, time out. And then you went to Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Cruise. Oh no. We're going. These are around the way guys. These are not around the way guys. Nah. She's like, they're attractive. Time out. You're getting the wrong kind of guys. I bet if you would probably showed up Tom Hanks and George Clooney, she probably would have like reconsidered. You just showed them the younger versions. Showed them Burt Reynolds. No, Burt Reynolds dead.
Okay, I found the black. Let's see if this gonna make a difference. Wait. Let me go back to us. Let's see if it's gonna make a difference to you because I think they both big women is big women. They all big.
She don't look bad.
Now this one.
She don't look bad.
But we didn't say they look bad. I'm saying they big.
But see how the wrist is still small and an ankle still small. That's what I was talking about. It's totally different. When a black woman big and a white woman big, it's totally different.
But this woman, is that how the woman was that you was attracted to at 9?
Yeah.
So you think this one is better?
Yeah, absolutely. First woman I seen naked was a big woman. Yeah. And she got so offended by it. I'm like, what? I didn't fault you. I complimented you.
But when it comes to this size woman, so she doesn't. For you, we should tell her she doesn't need a BBL.
No, well, definitely she'll need one. You definitely don't need one. She gonna go all the way to the big. Oh my God!
She gonna go to DR or Mexico to get it. She didn't have no big butt though. She didn't. She got big body parts, but not her booty.
But that she still was enough. That's the problem. Like we're not doing it enough. You keep saying a woman is a woman. It's not okay. I digress. I digress.
Well, what is me? I appreciate you coming on the panel with me. Now we hit the 2-hour mark, so give me your final statements.
You just got Black History Month.
Huh?
You just got Black History Month and came in Women History Month, and you're like, oh, it's not all about the black woman. I'm like, what?
It was not. This is about all women.
Oh my God! Now, when other people see this, I'm like, what's we defending the black woman? This is new.
You always defending the black woman. You about black people. You about black first. You know that.
Oh my God! He must be listening to Under Red Darkness on.
You know that. You know that. That's why a lot of my non-black women be getting mad with you, Tree Lynn and everything, because you be always on that black women stuff. You know that.
Tree Lynn T.
You get Tree Lynn upset.
I told Tree Lynn T that, but I told Tree Lynn T she's cool. I said she could sing.
What's your
You see,
final statement when it comes
she started singing more. She started singing more, like R&B songs all of a sudden. I'm like, oh, okay. Now you sing R&B songs, okay. And I put a request for her to do Sade, but she didn't do no Sade yet. So Sade is not even American. She's a South African. Like,
yes, she is. Yes.
if she's South African, she's not even American.
But she's black. Sade is a mixed race. She's black.
Yeah, she black. Yeah, if you say that definitely she black there.
You told me that.
Do you consider Bob Marley mixed race, or do you consider him black?
I consider him mixed race, but I know he's accepted as black. His father's a white man.
Yep. Do you consider?
His mother is white. They all biracial children.
Do you consider Alicia Keys?
I consider her
mixed
biracial.
race or black?
I consider her biracial. Her mother is a white woman.
Halle Berry.
Yes, Halle Berry mixed race. Mariah Carey mixed race. All of them.
Because Halle Berry said she was the first, the first black woman to get an Oscar in the 20th century, which was a lie because like Holly McDaniels was the first, but I mean like she was the second in the 20th century. She was the second.
You heard Sister Glenda?
What?
Say that again, Sister Glenda.
They always giving it to the mixed people.
She said they always giving it to the mixed people.
These are to white people. They black.
I don't care. No white mother can teach her
To you, but the white people they black.
No, come here. You gotta come a little closer. They're not gonna see you. You can come.
No white mother can teach her child to be black. They're gonna have no characteristics in black because their mothers are white. They can act like they're black all they want to, but that deep down they're gonna be more white because their mothers are white.
So she said that the mother's white, they white.
And their fathers didn't stick around and teach them nothing.
So she said that's who they're gonna know how to be is the white person, because that's who stuck around with them was the white person. Because they have both, so they yin and yang.
They. But when you look at them, like they black, like they black, and most of them claim black. Like Halle Berry claimed black, you know. So what you go? Oh no, you mixed. No, she black. They birth certificate. I guarantee you got to be on it. They everything about them got to be on it. It doesn't have and when they have beat, it's not biracial. It's black.
Right.
So it's black. Like everything about them got black on. Drake, same thing with him.
Yes.
So I mean, at least his more.
Wait. Sister Glenda said the only biracial person. What?
The only biracial person that's black is that one that married that English guy from. I can't think of her name all of a sudden. Oh, that black girl who married the prince.
You talking about Megan?
Because her mother is black and her father is white, but her mother's the one that basically.
You talking about Meghan Markle?
Yes.
So she feels the only one that's black is Meghan Markle because her mother is black.
Oh, okay. All of them black. Frederick Douglass. What about him? What you consider Frederick Douglass? Like, come on. It's a Booker T. Washington. What about him? Booker T. Washington biracial? Come on.
No way.
You gonna be saying it the whole time. You gonna be like, oh, all of them black. They call themselves black. You're not black.
They grew up in the black community who was light skinned. They was getting the black experience. But when you don't really get the black experience, even if you are 100% black and you got adopted and you was not born raised around black people and your adopted parents is white, you know it's a difference, right? You can admit that? Can you admit that?
Well, yeah, that's definitely a difference.
Okay, so when those white mothers are raising their children, they only can impart into them what they know, and they know only thing about themselves is Caucasian stuff.
They still say the N-word around that child. They still say the N-word.
Them, not all.
Even admit that his grandparents even call him the N-word.
Man would get a white woman, he wasn't getting the cream of the crop. So they was already messed up.
Yeah, they still gonna get called the N-word, and then they gonna wind up getting I'm black. Because they get called the N-word in the white family that they got.
Yes. Now, what's your last words? What's your statement?
We never got nothing to say about that. That the white family called them the N-word. She don't got nothing to say about that.
What the N-word got to do with anything? What the N-word? Lefty said hi, Mom. She said hi.
I'm glad she see me though. I'm glad Glenda see me.
She said she still don't see you. What is me? She said she still don't see you.
Call together. We're gonna call Glenda. I love when I talk to Glenda. I love when I talk to Glenda. She right about that though. If they're adopted by a white family, like yeah, it's totally different. But they still gonna get called the N-word every single time. Never fail.
But what the N-word got to do with anything?
If they get raised white, they still get called the N-word. They're gonna have a realization: I'm not white. I'm not mixed. I'm black.
N-word is a white man's word to describe us. But how come we say it so much? All in the music, they love saying it.
Yes.
And as long as we embrace it, why we get so mad when someone calls us that? We have to stop embracing it and using it.
You're right, man.
We identifying when we use that word what the white man calls us.
That's right. We need to talk. We need to talk more often about this on your channel, Glenda, because about this on your channel.
I love it. Why are you messing with them? You got my dad talking what his feet. Will you give me some of your final? You got my dad talking. Will you using your final statement?
Huh? Oh, my final statement. Oh yeah, I enjoyed coming on here. This was a learning experience. You know, I just feel that it's more that I could do. And like Glenda said, we need to stop using the N-word towards our women. We need to stop using our N-word towards our women. And you know, I need to look more into this BBL crisis because Dr. Umar says a crisis in our community that not only women are getting it, but it's like, you know, like it's trans men that's getting it now. So it's trans black men are getting BBLs as well. So it's just it's killing our community. It's black community genocide.
Yes.
By a different name.
Yes.
You know. That Dr. Umar words, not mine. Not mine. You know, so
we do have to pay attention to things that are destroying our communities. And as a female, I'm disturbed about the women feeling like they're not enough, you know, and I think it's sad. And I just hope that, you know, we get to the point where we say that it's okay if you don't have a big booty, you don't have this and that, you are enough. And that's how I want to end it for today, guys. That, you know, we just welcome, we appreciate you. We appreciate the strides that you've made. We hope that we can continue to push the needle forward. But I think a great way to do that is you say you want a real man, that you be real first. Okay? Stop with all of these extra things. Let the man see you for what you really look like. and let them be a part of any changes you want to change, so they can just know. Don't try to reel them in with a phone. Reel them in with yourself. Okay, you can do that. And thank you so much, Witness P, for joining me. And thank you everyone that came in the chat. I appreciate the women that came by. I appreciate all of the engagement that I received. And I want you all to have a wonderful month. And I want you to just love yourself, right? Love yourself. Love who you see in the mirror. Love who you are. Trust me. There's people who they're good. They're good with you being who you are, with your spaces in your teeth, with whatever way your hair is. I think one of the things that disturbed me the most is when the women ripping out their hairline. They be putting that all kind of glue, and it gets all entangled into their natural hair through whatever they put. Sometimes they'll put 2 stocking caps on, and the glue still merges with their hair. And when they try to take it off, they rip out their natural hair, and they just damaging their own selves. I just want y'all to do better. Just do better, women. Stop making yourself sick. You're hurting yourself in the name of beauty. But you're beautiful. You are beautiful. And if the guy don't like you, or maybe, see, that's what it's people trying to say. Like I'm blaming the men. So let's just focus on you liking you and drawing people, accepting the people that you draw. Let's do that, okay? You are enough. I love you, and I want you to have a great month. And I'll see you later. I'm gonna do another one, but just look into, if you in New York or just your own political figures. Just look at some of the things your females are doing. Encourage those that you agree with, and just monitor a little bit more on what they up to, because they're representing us as a whole. Love you guys. Bye.